The cutting and restructuring has started for the Miami Dolphins because they have to get under the cap by at least Monday. Let's talk about it. What is up, Finn fans? You read the title. The Miami Dolphins have released Jerome Baker. I will show you right here. Dolphins are releasing starting linebacker Jerome Baker per source. The two-sideds discussed a restructuring contract but couldn't reach an agreement. The Dolphins left the door open for him to come back if he chooses. Barry Jackson also reported the same thing. By releasing Jerome Baker after restructure talks went nowhere, Finns will have 9.8 in cap savings and a 4.9 dead money hit. Now we'll need to get a starting inside linebacker with David Long. Return not ruled out. Per source, Baker agreed to take a pay cut from his $10.8 million base salary in 2024, but the sides couldn't agree on exact number of what that pay cut would be. So this is the kind of the same situation that Xavien Howard and even probably Christian Wilkins and all those guys are in. I will talk about that in 1 second, but also there was another release that happened today by the Miami Dolphins. The Dolphins released veteran corner special team ace Keion Crossen. Now the Keion Crossen release saves about $4 million. So my man Jason Sarney, if you guys don't know who Jason Sarney is, go follow him on Twitter. He says this morning the Dolphins were roughly $31.6 million over the cap after the expected cut of Jerome Baker and Keion Crossen today. The Miami Dolphins are now at $18.8 million over the cap, which means that they're getting there. That money, we can get over the cap like this with a restructuring of Tyreek Hill. You restructure Tyreek Hill's contract, you make a big portion of his base salary into a signing bonus because he's getting like 20-something million. I'll pull up the cap numbers for you guys now, but he's getting a buttload of money right now. You take that money, you restructure it, one move, boom, we're set. That money goes into, so he's getting 31 million is what he's getting. So you take his where is it? Base salary, $19.6 million, and you make that into a signing bonus. And then all of a sudden that money that Jason Sarney is talking about of around 18 million, we're plus 1 million in cap space. And then they still will restructure Jalen Ramsey. They'll still, we still have to find out and wonder about, Teron Armstead if he's coming back, but that also might be a restructuring. There's other cuts that are going to be made, like with Mike White saving about $5 million. Let me see how much money we're going to save by releasing Mike White. 3.5 million. That's more cap savings. Jeff Wilson, they move on from him. That's a cap savings of 2.8. So that's like another 6 million there. The wheels are turning, the wheels are moving. The Dolphins need to get under the cap by at least Monday. So this is where it's going to start really moving. And this is where you're going to start getting a ton of videos from me. Might be short videos, but you're still going to get a ton of videos, a ton of content from me. So hit that subscription, hit the bell, all that good stuff, because it's going to be wheeling and dealing. Now, a lot of people were asking about Xavien Howard. Why are we like 18 over? But Xavien Howard's release saved us, what, 18.5? 18.5. That's because that number is not going to take effect until June 1st. June 2nd, all of a sudden, the Miami Dolphins, it's like payday. You know, you got direct deposit and you're sitting there on Thursday and you're like, I got like $200 in my account. And then all of a sudden, 1 o'clock, Friday morning, you're out with your friends. All of a sudden, boop, you get money in your account. That's what it's going to be like. Soon as June 1st hits, boop, we're going to get $18.5 million. So we got to wait on his money, but his money is more for emergencies. It's more for who we didn't get in the draft. We'll use his money to sign. So say we have needs in certain areas and we could fill those needs in the draft, but there's still those vets out there that will be out there. We'll use that 18.5 for that, 18.5 to sign draft picks, all that stuff. So don't worry about the 18.5 because it's not needed right now. Like I said, I'll reiterate, we're 18 million over, 19.7 is base salary of Tyreek. You take that, you make it a signing bonus. He's still going to be on the books for, just take 31, take 19, subtract it from 31. There's your difference. And again, Jalen Ramsey, I would re-sign him just because he had a great year and give him more, longevity. You could probably save another 14 million there. And then there's so much money that is going to be restructured and signed. But with Jerome Baker, I wouldn't be surprised if he comes back. Now, this is what I kind of wanted to talk about. I wouldn't be surprised if he comes back, and I'm going to make a whole video tomorrow about the tampering and how it works and go real in depth and talk about specific players, talk about other specific players, like, my brain's not working. Saquon Barkley. He's probably going to, the Giants are going to probably use the tampering on him, all that stuff to get a cap number, to get this is what you're worth number. And I think that's what's going to happen with Jerome Baker. I think Jerome Baker, the Dolphins have him at a certain amount and he wants something else. And we're going to go from there. Because Christian Wilkins, Dolphins put out an article talking about last offseason, the Dolphins were set to make Christian Wilkins like $20 million a year. They were set to pay Christian Wilkins last year, but he wanted to be the highest, not just like top 5 money. He wanted to be the highest, and the Dolphins were willing to give him $20 million last year, but he wanted more. So maybe Christian Wilkins goes out there, he sees what he's worth, and he can come back to the Dolphins. That's the best part of the tampering window. And again, I'll get more in depth with this tomorrow. They can't officially sign until Wednesday, the 13th. So you can agree to terms, but the Dolphins will still have opportunities to say, oh, so-and-so agreed to terms on a 4-year, whatever $1 million contract. We could do that. We could up it so we can keep our guys. But I'm going to talk all about that tomorrow. Just to give you a little rundown on this week's video. So tomorrow is going to be the tampering video. Friday, I'm thinking I'm going to do the free agent target video. And the reason I'm waiting till Friday is because there has been, even this week, so many teams are cutting players. Like there's been so many cuts, so many good players are hitting the free agent pool that I'm kind of sitting back and I'm waiting. Like I'm waiting a little bit. Like right here, Ian Rappaport just reported sources that the Houston Texans agreed to a term to deal for Dalton Schultz. He gets 3-year, $36 million on his new contract with $23.5 million guaranteed. So he's getting about $12 million a year. There you go. Dalton Schultz off the free agent market. And this is why I'm waiting till Friday to put my free agent target video out, because there's going to be some guys that are going to be added to the free agent pool, and there's going to be some guys that are going to be taken off, like T. Higgins. He was franchise tagged. There was a ton of guys today that were franchise tagged. Josh Allen, outside linebacker, franchise tag. Like there was a bunch of guys who were tagged that are now off the market. So will be real interesting to see that. But yeah, want to give you an update. Want to talk really quick about Jerome Baker being released. Kind of wondering if he'll be back or not. I wouldn't say that, like everyone's saying, the door's not closed. He wants to stay a Dolphin, but maybe he thinks he's worth more than he is. Maybe he is worth more than he is. Maybe it's Maybelline. We'll see. But a lot of moving pieces are happening in the next couple days, and I'm going to give you all the videos I can when they happen, as soon as I can, because I have a 3-year-old and my own wife works. Well, I'll see you guys tomorrow with the tampering video, but like usual, stay classy. That fins up.